I just clicked it now, so we're live now. I didn't do what I said I was going to do because I'm still using the headset mic in Discord, but never mind. Oh, well, it's on... Oh, wait. Yeah. No, yeah. It's on OBS, I think. Yeah. So the podcast is going to have a good mic. Yeah, just you don't. You're not important enough. Alright. Do you not? Yeah. Wait, I'll straight up just send you a link. Oh, you good? You're in. Okay. Yeah. I think it's No, it looks flipped on my OBS for some reason. I just realized you can see my cursor. What? I'll move on to the first screen so it's not visible. No? Okay. Man, the YouTube viewers are gonna get like just extra exclusive horrendousness from us. Wait, they can't even hear you right now. No, no, it's wait, speak.
How is it?
Okay, they can hear you now.
They can, cool. It's a bit delay on this stream, so yeah,
Expected.
I can get myself on stream. Cool. Right, well, I'll let you kick off then.
Okay, I'll go do like a 3, 2, 1 so we know when we actually started for the Spotify stuff.
Okay.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hello, welcome to the Luke Life podcast, the podcast where two people named Luke, two idiots named Luke, sit down and talk about anything, really. Got anything to add up to that, Luke?
I just have to emphasize that, yeah, we're both idiots, so anything that we say here may not reflect the true situation. It's all opinion based off no research or facts whatsoever.
Yeah, literally zero research.
Yes. I tried to do some, but I just got bored before this podcast, so I'm just here to talk. I'm a reactionary.
Nice.
I learn as I do things.
So I kind of have two, but kind of only have one, because I actually only put one onto my computer.
Okay.
There's a new credit card available.
Oh, is this a Razer one?
Yeah, the Razer credit card.
RGB as well, right?
Yeah, the logo lights up because it's Razer. It has to light up. It's the logo.
Exactly, RGB. It can't not light up. But yeah, I remember. I saw that on Twitter.
Did you actually look into it?
No.
So it's in beta currently.
Mm-hmm.
It's in beta with 1,337 users.
How do you sign up for this beta? Because I'm intrigued.
You have to live in Singapore.
Okay, so I'm excluded from that then. So I'm assuming you read into it. Why?
Why not, innit?
Question.
Why not?
What can Razer possibly be wanting to get out of a gaming credit card?
Well, there's Razer Pay apparently. Users can get an extra 10% in cashback on Razer Store and Razer Gold purchases.
So basically, only use that credit card in Razer. Use any other credit card anywhere else. What? I'm intrigued. What type of credit company will they be? Will they be high interest? Give it to anyone who with a breathing pulse?
It's prepaid, so.
Oh, so it's a prepaid card. So,
yeah.
Okay.
It's a prepaid card with RGB. What's not to like?
So it's basically a Razer gift card.
Yeah, basically.
innov- innovation? RGB gift card? I don't know.
I mean, I
Um,
wouldn't mind one.
well, yeah, but what's the point of using anywhere other than Razer's website? So unless you buy Razer products.
Well, you do get cash back on any purchase.
Oh, so it's not.
Not that I use cashback anyway.
I mean, if you have the option for cashback and if you pay online, then you just get money back into your bank account.
Hmm.
It's like Halifax gives me cash back for some prices from my debit card, and I might get like 16 pence back off a Costa or something.
I don't think there's not much point in cashback at the moment though, because you literally just there's nowhere to spend cash.
No, but so there's two types of cashback. You got the normal cashback which you're referring to, but then you've got the digital cashback like what Halifax does. What Halifax does, they literally just give you the money back into your bank account. At the end of the month, all the cashback you've got, you'll just get back. As if they're sort of saying, we'll pay 16 pence of it and we'll just put that money back in your account later on. So it's not cash back. That's a really bad term for them to use. It's sort of a discount,
It's
but
money
you don't.
back.
Yeah, money back, sort of. It's a discount, but you don't feel the benefit of a discount until the end of the month, or whenever said company feels like paying you.
So apparently there's three types of the card. You've got
Okay.
a digital version for e-wallets. You've got a
Uh-huh.
standard black card, and then you've got your nice RGB premium card. 'Cause,
Okay.
you gotta have RGB in Razer products.
You've got to, yeah. So these cards can be spent anywhere.
Yes, it's just a standard credit card, except it's made by Razer.
I've got to. I'm baffled as to why Razer are doing this.
Uh,
It's so far from what their normal business agenda is.
I'm still waiting for the Razer toaster, to be honest.
Eventually, Razer will become that company that just sell everything. I mean,
Probably.
a bit like maybe a bit like Hitachi. Like, look, Hitachi does kitchen appliances, electronics. We do the trains. We're in a bit of everywhere. There were other companies as well, like Logitech, who are dipping in everywhere. I think this is the first time I've heard of a gaming company moving into the financial sector. I mean, financial services is a big sector for a gaming company to move into. It's pretty
Apparently
respect to them, but
apparently there's Apple and Google credit cards as well.
so I love Apple and Google Pay, but I didn't think they're a credit card.
Apparently they've got actual cards. Apparently Samsung has one as well. Venmo's announced one. So lots of companies making cards because, why exactly?
I honestly don't know.
The idea behind the Razer card is to, as the press release would imply, appeal to the youths and millennials via unique gamified reward experience.
A unique gamified reward experience. So unless they're going to literally give you gaming equipment, I'm going to stick with my normal credit card.
I don't think they give you gaming equipment, but they do have a leaderboard.
Oh, of course they do. Who can spend the most money? This is just another whaling attempt. Is EA involved?
No, not that I could see, but it is something they'd be licking their lips at.
It would be. Like, look at this. Look. All I can see right now is EA coming out like, you get 25% off your Ultimate Team coins if you buy with a Razer prepaid RGB card. And then back goes Trogs and Leaderboards. EA get rich. Razer sat there laughing. The other problem is that depending what you buy, leaderboards aren't always a good thing in terms of monetary buying and spending. because it could show a lot of problems. For example, say someone is buying lots of like Ultimate Team packs with a razor, this leaderboard's just going to expose that person. This person can't hide from it. Like everyone can see this person is spending X money, and then how secure is it too? With leaderboards, that means that all the transactions are being stored. Transactions are being stored elsewhere, but they're being stored in a way that it's also visible to public. Yeah, what's going to happen is you're going to have the extremely rich people competing with each other to spend the most. Then you're going to have the whales who are being exploited. And then you'll have people like me and you who spend the occasional money here and there buying a new game or something.
So there is actually a leveling system as well, apparently.
Oh no.
There's gamified tasks that can help you level up for a chance at what is currently 2,000 Singaporean dollars.
So this is just pay to win.
Yes.
Like this is actually pay to win. This
Although
is
that $2,000 is actually in Razer equipment.
Okay, so it's like a $2,000 gift card then. So
Yeah.
you buy a gift card to spend money to get another gift card.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Sounds about right.
Okay. I mean, it's interesting what Razer are doing. I mean, selling gift cards isn't it's not a new thing. So I don't see the need for leaderboards and leveling systems for buying stuff. I feel that's too easily exploitative.
Have you seen nvidia and them trying to improve video conference technology?
nvidia doing? I remember seeing some stuff at the nvidia conference on the announced the 30 series, but I can't remember everything that was announced. What are we doing with the video conferencing?
So they want to eliminate compression during video calls by using neural networks.
Okay, is this in their new editing software?
I don't know.
Or is this with shadowplay?
I'm looking through the article now. So it talks about sending a smaller number of frames. I think it's literally just like... I don't think it's using like shadowplay or an editing software or anything. I think it's literally just... an AI is literally rendering what exactly is going on to the video conference.
Okay, that could be interesting. So, NVIDIA doing their own conferencing software, is this going to be built into other softwares like Discord?
I feel like there'd be a way to select it in things like Teams and stuff. So, like, you remember when I had the voice changer software?
Yes.
What the mic I was selecting was the Screaming Bee mic in like Discord and stuff like that. So it'd probably be something like that. So you'd select NVIDIA's software, and then it would still display your exact webcam, but it would show what it's rendered.
So yeah, so NVIDIA would take the webcam, re-render it, and project to Teams.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty interesting, actually. But that helps people who like doing like this, like podcasts and stuff.
Yeah, especially with how bad this webcam is.
I see it being more of a niche feature, but it's definitely a good feature to have for creators and influencers.
Yeah.
It's definitely a good feature. I'll give them that. Speaking of video, what do you think? How long do you think it'll be before 3080 is actually able to be bought again?
3080s. I don't know, man.
Because it's gonna be a while. Um. So, do you play or are you interested in Super Mario Smash Bros?
Little bit. I know of it and stuff.
So they've been making some pretty big plays with their cast of characters, and something I never expected was Minecraft. You can outplay Steve and Alex in
Yes, I
Smash
heard about
Bros.
this.
The video was pretty interesting too. Steve, being the jerk he is, found Mario in a cave, saw a creeper behind him, and bricked him up and locked him in said cave with a creeper behind him. So Mario witnessed firsthand what it's like to play Minecraft.
Yeah, those
Um,
creepers can be annoying at times.
they really can be. Whenever you least expect them, they just come straight around the corner, and you're kind of screwed at that point. I guess another thing we can discuss is the Xbox Series X, the console that is becoming more like a PC day by day. The
Is
Xbox.
it though?
I would say the Xbox is. The Xbox One X was more powerful than the PS4, and the Xbox Series X is more powerful than the PS5. But I think what's funny to see is consoles are now realizing the benefit of having an SSD.
Yeah.
I've watched some loading times, and there's some games that went from like 40 seconds loading to 2.
The thing is, though, the thing that's one of the main things that sets computers apart from consoles is just how customizable they are.
Yes.
Like, you can have just about any cell configuration you want, basically,
Mm-hmm.
in any case you want.
Yeah, the flexibility of a computer is unmatched. I think that's where the appeal goes to two different types of people, though, is the consoles. People like consoles because of how easy and simple they are.
Because they're filthy casuals.
Yes, that's yeah, filthy casuals. We'll call them what they are. And then the PC is for those people who have a bit more of an understanding and are willing to spend a bit more time more in optimizing their system more. So as a console is great for picking off a shelf, taking it home, plugging in, playing a game. A PC can be a bit more. If you buy a pre-built, then that's pretty much the same. But PC can be a bit more difficult. For example, the laptop I've got for university was spec'd by me myself, and I went and I looked at the different specs and stuff, what CPUs were best, what level of RAM was recommended, and all this.
Bruh,
Whereas
what level of RAM? You just looked at the filthy casual RAM.
I looked at the yeah, I didn't look at all the in-depth stuff that you look into. I didn't see it. It was what was it? LDRMM or something?
It's so your standard consumer RAM, which people use for gaming, is UDIM.
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got RDIM, LRDIM. Then there's like fully buffed DIM.
Uh-huh.
So there's plenty of options out there.
So I've got another story, and this is the ongoing China, Hong Kong, Taiwan debate in gaming. So
Okay.
have you heard of a newest successful? Well, I don't know how successful it is, but have you heard of the newest game, Genshin Impact?
No.
Free-to-play mobile PC cross-play game. It's sort of like an RPG that can be played co-op at a certain point. And from what I gather, there's a lot of microtransactions, but I've not played it yet, and I've not looked too much into it. But it's a Chinese developed game. And in chat, the words Hong Kong and Taiwan are censored.
Oh. Okay.
So they've straight up just censored them words. So whereas most of the time a game company like EA or Activision will censor the words, they'll only censor the Chinese version of the game. Because this is a Chinese produced game, the global version has the full censorship.
Okay.
And the reason for at least Taiwan is in 2003, China's Ministry of Culture decreed the word Taiwan falls into the scope of endangering the unity of a nation, sovereignty, and territorial integrity.
Yeah, building off of that, actually, there is what's called... Let's see if I can get this properly. I can't even spell, so there's that. Oh, I spelled complete. There's the AntiSecession Law, which I can't actually find China's actual government website now, but it basically says that if at any point in time, like mainland China feels that the people in Taiwan feel they're too far apart from China and aren't part of China, they're just gonna roll the military in.
Where?
Literally, it's if at any point in time a peaceful unification cannot be achieved, they're just gonna roll the military in.
If we can't force you to like us, we will force you to like us.
Yes, basically, yeah.
If a backhand won't work, we'll give you a full-on punch to the gut. Oh no.
Aha, ChinaEmbassy.org. There we go.
I've got another game as well that does it. And this is one of the only cases of outside of a game being published from outside China that also has Taiwan censored. And that's PUBG.
Okay.
So PUBG is developed by Bluehole, which is a Korean developer. But because Tencent owns a stake in Bluehole, despite it being a Korean developer, it still censors Taiwan because the stakeholder is Tencent.
So this thing is it's quite short. Do you want me just to read this full thing out?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so this was finalized either on the 14th or the 15th of March in 2005. So, Article 1. This law is formulated in accordance with the Constitution for the purpose of opposing and checking Taiwan's secession from China by secessionists in the name of Taiwan independence, promoting peaceful national reunification, maintaining peace and stability in the Taiwan Straits, preserving China's sovereignty and territorial integrity, and safeguarding the fundamental interests of the Chinese nation. Article 2. There is only one China in the world. Both the mainland and Taiwan belong to one China. China's sovereignty and territorial integrity brook no division. Safeguarding China's sovereignty and territorial integrity is the common obligation of all Chinese people, the Taiwan compatriots included. Taiwan is a part of China. The state shall never allow the Taiwan independent secession forces to make Taiwan secede from China under any name by any means. It's I think they're pretty aggressive about that one.
Yeah, China really do not like anyone indicating that Taiwan isn't China.
This is how Trump annoyed China before he even got into power.
Wait, what did Trump do?
He met with the Taiwan president.
Oh dear. I don't remember. I don't recall remembering that, but
it was like just after he got elected. So before he'd even been handed over presidency, he met with the Taiwan president.
I mean, so I don't know if I can hate Trump for that. I think that's one of the only good things Trump might have actually done while in office. Is actually recognize Taiwan as a independent, not independent, but as a state with its own law.
I mean, it's a huge grey area. And the reason for that is exactly Article 3. The Taiwan question is one that is left over from China's civil war of the late 1940s. Solving the Taiwan question and achieving national reunification is China's internal affair, which subjects to no interference by any outside forces. Which I suppose Trump did, technically.
Yeah. The problem is that at some point, if other countries start recognizing Taiwan's independence, then there's not much China can do.
Well, I mean, they can still stay adamant to the fact that it's theirs.
They can do that, but at that point, that's like the kid in the back of class determining that they're not being a dick by screaming and disturbing the class. It's one of those things of, say if like the biggest powers in the world suddenly said, yeah, we see Taiwan as independent. China has two options, or three options. Carry on being adamant and just forcing Taiwan into a thing, and then possibly be sanctioned, well, further sanctions slapped onto them by countries like America and UK. They either accept it, realizing they've lost the power, they've lost their grip over Taiwan and Hong Kong, or they start a war and they just go claim Taiwan forcefully.
Well, technically, there was no peace treaty signed from the Civil War. The two are still technically at war.
I don't think I class them as being at war.
Yeah, officially they're at war. In a sense, because there was no peace treaty or anything. There was no end to the actual war.
Definitely political turmoil there, but I wouldn't say that it was still at war. I don't think you have to sign a peace treaty to declare war being over.
Well, I mean, I feel like you do if both governments still exist.
I mean, it could just be a simple thing of, yeah, sorry, I was a dick, I'll just back down. Talk to you tomorrow. Could be one of those type of situations.
Yeah. Article 4 sounds great, by the way.
Article 4?
Yeah. Accomplishing the great task of reunifying the motherland is the sacred duty of all Chinese people, the Taiwan compatriots included.
Even those who want Taiwan to be independent are still counting towards the unification of mainland China. Oh dear.
Yeah. Article 5. Upholding the principle of one China is the basis of peaceful reunification of the country. To reunify the country through peaceful means best serves the fundamental interests of the compatriots on both sides of the Taiwan Straits. The state shall do its utmost with maximum sincerity to achieve a peaceful reunification. After the country is reunified peacefully, Taiwan may practice systems different from these of the mainland and enjoy a high degree of autonomy.
A high degree, but not full.
But, I mean, to be fair, you can access Google in Taiwan.
The problem is that it's still not full autonomy, isn't it?
What, right now? What, right now? Or...
Well, even what mainland China is saying, they say a high level of autonomy. That indicates not full autonomy.
I think it would be sort of like states in America. If you get what I mean.
I get what you mean. Yeah, because they have different provinces in China, don't they?
Yeah.
I know it's difficult because I know nothing about Chinese politics. All I can really say on the matter is, if a country and its people are trying that hard to separate and getting independence, at what point are you? At what point do you concede that even if you unify mainland China, there will always be that there will always be that underlying thing of we hate this, we're not part of this.
Well, I mean,
There might be an illusion of unification, like there is now. Right now, there's an illusion of unification, but we know that there's not. I mean, we can see it in Hong Kong with all the protests.
their government and the flag of Taiwan are both the Republic of China.
I thought Taiwan had its own flag.
No, it's the Republic of China flag. Taiwan's never actually had its own national flag independently.
So, but it's had its own concept of a flag, right?
No, it's always been like Republic of China or Japan. It's always been someone else's flag. Taiwan have independently have never had their own flag.
So what flag did Chewie hold up then? And she had her drama.
The Republic of China flag, which is used as the Taiwan national flag currently.
And does China not use the Republic of China flag?
Nope. China uses the People's Republic of China flag. Because the government is the People's Republic of China.
Trying to get my head around Chinese politics is complicated.
It's
not that complicated.
In this bill, by the way, we are slowly getting more aggressive. So, Article 6. The state shall take the following measures to maintain peace and stability in the Taiwan Straits and promote cross-straits in relations. 1. To encourage and facilitate personal exchanges across the straits for greater mutual understanding and mutual trust. 2. To encourage and facilitate economic exchanges and cooperation. Realize direct links of trade, mail and air shipping services, and bring about closer economic ties between the two sides of the straits to their mutual benefit. 3. To encourage and facilitate cross-strait exchanges in education, science, technology, culture, health and sports, and work together to carry forward to the proud Chinese cultural traditions. 4. To encourage and facilitate cross-strait cooperation in combating crimes, and 5. To encourage and facilitate other activities that are conducive to peace and stability in the Taiwan Straits and stronger cross-straits relations. The state protects the rights and interests of the Taiwan compatriots in accordance with the law. In accordance with the law, yeah? Which law's that?
So, so do you know how we've been talking about Taiwan this whole time?
Yeah.
I think we should also look at Hong Kong and what the UK have. I don't know what was built off of this. But the UK are announced on the 3rd of June that they were to change immigration rules for Hong Kong citizens if China passes the law. Basically, Britain will change its immigration rules and offer millions of people in Hong Kong a route to citizenship if China imposes new security laws. Basically saying that the UK will help Hong Kong people.
Yeah, well, the UK used to occupy Hong Kong.
Yes.
And when they gave it back to China, there were certain conditions that the UK specified, which China currently, which was the whole. You remember all the protests about the person that got sent to mainland China?
Yep.
Basically, UK, when they gave Hong Kong back to China, they said you can't do that, which is exactly what China did. So, yeah, that's not surprising to me because the UK gave conditions to China. China's not respecting them, so the UK is like, right, people of Hong Kong, if you want to be back with us, feel free.
Yeah. As I can't remember what was built on top of this, but I don't know whether the law was put in place or not from China. But basically, the law was going to make it illegal to undermine Beijing. If you disagreed or undermined Beijing, you were committing a crime. Undermine Beijing's authority.
I remember seeing a video. I think it was of someone in Hong Kong. I can't remember what they're doing. They're either singing a song or reading a book out loud or something. But it was against the PRC government, and he's just in the middle of the streets doing this, and he had literally 20 police officers surrounding him.
For one person?
For that one person, because it was all anti-government stuff.
Wow. That's overkill.
If anything, it attracts more attention.
Yeah. Yeah. One person getting 20 police officers is just going to make more people resent the government. It's like, why does this one person deserve to have 20 police officers just for expressing his freedom of speech? It's like, look how many people... It's like, because you look at the UK and America, and you look how many people always denounce and talk out against the government. But we do that in places like China, you get police officers start looking at you funny.
Yeah. Okay, we are very close to the more aggressive stuff, by the way, in this bill. So, Article 7, the state stands for the achievement and peaceful reunification through consultations and negotiations on an equal footing between the two sides of the Taiwan Straits. These consultations and negotiations may be conducted in steps and phases with flexible and varied modalities. That's the word. I can read, I swear. The two sides of the Taiwan Strait may consult and negotiate on the following matters: officially ending the state of hostility between the two sides, mapping out the development of cross-straits relations, steps and arrangements for peaceful national reunification, the political status of the Taiwan authorities, the Taiwan region's room of international operation that is compatible with its status, and other matters concerning the achievement of peaceful national reunification. Which, basically, just going over what they've said before. And then Article 8. In the event that the Taiwan Independent Secession Forces should act under any name or by any means to cause the fact of Taiwan's secession from China, or that major instance entailing Taiwan's secession from China should occur, or that possibilities for a peaceful reunification should be completely exhausted, the state shall employ non-peaceful means and other necessary measures to protect China's sovereignty and territorial integrity. The State Council and the Central Military Commission shall decide on and execute the non-peaceful means and other necessary measures as provided for in the preceding paragraph, and shall promptly report to the Standing Committee of the National People's Congress.
So, I forgot the specific quote, but go back to about halfway through that, where it's like go back to about halfway through that. There's something I wanted to pick out, but I can't remember exactly what it was.
What was it about?
It was just before you started talking about the military.
Although possibilities for peaceful reunification should be completely exhausted, the state shall employ non-peaceful means and other necessary measures to protect China's sovereignty and territorial integrity.
That's it, yes. If non-peaceful methods aren't successful, they're basically confirming that they will go the non-peaceful route.
Yeah, like what I said when I started looking at this is basically, at any point in time, if they feel like a peaceful deal between the two sides isn't possible, they're just gonna roll the military in.
I can see now why people in places like Hong Kong, Taiwan flee for their lives. It's the exact reason why the UK put the offer across to say we will retaliate. Part of it was people in Hong Kong fearing for their lives.
Yeah.
It's sad to see. It really is. You sort of hope that a really big superpower like China would have a bit more of a better human rights record.
Well, you would, but then at the same time, it's a communist superpower.
True. That is true. And we all know what communists don't like. Someone else having a glimpse of power.
Which is why there is one country with the most contradictory name in the world.
Which is?
The People's Democratic Republic of Korea.
People's Democratic Republic of Korea. Is that North?
Yeah. Wait, is that it? It's something along those lines. People's Democratic... I'm actually Googling this.
So democratic relates to democracy. The fact that you said is hypocritical, I'm assuming that's not South Korea. Because South Korea is just a Republic of Korea, right?
Okay, yeah, I was right. Democratic People's Republic of Korea. And yeah, South Korea is literally just the Republic of Korea.
Yeah, and North Korea is a Democratic People Republic of Korea, which has zero democracy whatsoever.
Democratic.
Because that's a dictatorship.
All communist places are dictatorships.
Depends. Not all communist. I would say that a dictatorship. I don't know. I was about to say I said dictatorship more runs in a more tight knit group. So, for example, in North Korea, you've got people like. I know there's a difference. Like, I think a dictatorship is a more extreme version of communism. But then you can also have a dictatorship which is a more extreme version of capitalism as well, which I believe Italy was in World War II. With is it Mussolini? Again, I know nothing about I know nothing about history, so I could be wrong about that.
World War II, Italian president.
I believe a dictatorship is the very extreme for both sides of the spectrum.
Yeah, it is Mussolini.
I think it's time we moved away from all the happiness and joy that is the Republic of China, and we start looking at some more digital stuff, maybe, despite the whole intro being digital. So what's new in the gaming landscape for you? What's catching your eye?
Coaches?
We can talk about coaches, yes. For people not aware what the context behind this is, recently in Counter-Strike Global Offensive, 37 coaches have been banned for an exploit that has been known about and used for the last 3 years. I was watching. Just 3 years.
It's literally that exploit has existed the entire time I've probably played Counter-Strike.
That's about 3-4 years then.
Yeah.
I was watching a video from War Owl yesterday, and he did the math, and I think it's something about 260 people have been affected by this. No, 260 people have known about this, based off the amount of teams that have had coaches banned. Teams such as FaZe, teams such as NIP, MIBR, Furia have all had coaches banned. Navi, I believe, have had 2 coaches banned. So Navi are quite thin. However, the one thing that I didn't realise is these people are banned just for knowing about it and using it. So this is a glitch that on exploit that happens at random. I don't believe there's a way to actually recreate it. From what I gathered from what I was video, there's not a way to recreate it. And what's happened, can't remember which coach it was, but there was a coach on one of the teams, and I believe FaZe Clan was also a coach who had it happen to him, where there was a coach who because it tracked every single game that it was used in, and rather than this coach had a record of it, he used this exploit one round every single game of a tournament. But what the without context, that's like, okay, you use that for one round, cool. But with context and when you look at the data and try to create a story behind it, it's possible that the coach realized what was happening, spoke to the admins, and reset the game so he wasn't in the exploit. Because it was only ever the first round of a game. Any game he was caught in the exploit spot, he only used it for one round. And then it stopped.
I completely forgot you would talk about that.
Really? Wow.
Wait, who was that again?
I can't remember who it was. It was just an example of what I will use yesterday.
Okay.
And it sort of makes it's sort of a thing of what they've done is they've banged the coaches just because they've been in a lobby where it's being active. But what they should be doing is they should be getting witness testimonies and actually looking at the evidence.
Yeah, I mean, Robin, who was the FaZe coach, he has hit back saying the ESIC ruling is rather unfair towards him.
I believe it was a FaZe coach. They lost 16-1 in the game he supposedly exploited.
Well, right, so this is what he said. I directly joined the coach slot and I see that my point of view was stuck over the A site on train. I'm then reconnecting a few times and I'm still stuck. The players join and the match is about to start, and I think that my view will go back to my team when they start the match. As there's always a restart before matches go live, which is, yeah, you got a knife round to do. If not a knife round, then you will get, like, I think ESEA has like 5 restarts or something before you get into the actual game. But anyway, it's not happening. I'm still stuck. So at that point, I make what I consider to be an honourable decision, and I tell my team I have this view. I mute my microphone and I don't talk during this full map.
And that's why we lost 16-1.
Probably.
But then I believe he told the coach the game after, right? Oh, not the coach, the admin the game after when it happened again.
The following day we have another match and I get this view again. I now figure it's not a one-time thing, it's a real bug. I immediately write the admin directly that I had the same bug the match before and now again. I clearly state exactly which view I had the match before and that I now have the same view. This time after I reconnect my players joined and it worked fine. After this time, I don't think I ever see it again.
Yeah, so that's why what I was saying about the ECIS, is it ESIC?
ESIC.
Esports Independent Commission.
Yeah.
So that's why what I was saying that we need to actually look at the testimonies and look more into detail, because with what happened there, if the players can vouch, the fact we lost 16-1 is a pretty obvious thing as well. That he didn't exploit. He was in that situation, but at that point, that's Valve's fault.
They actually lost to Astralis 16-1 during this time.
But do you know what I think the worst thing about this whole thing is?
What?
This is being reported now for 3 to 4 years, and Valve haven't done a single thing about it.
No, because Valve don't really care. They only started caring when Valorant first came out.
Well, yes, the only thing that was competing, and I mean, you already see, how many Counter-Strike players and how Valorant players.
Well, it's in specific regions, right?
It's in specific regions, yeah, but
like you get a lot of NA players. You've got a lot of Korean players. A lot of Korean players. Like Korean CS is dead. There's like 2 players left.
but that's the thing is, CSGO I always praise CS as the one of the most diverse games because it has like Danish, Swedish, people all around Europe, people all around Asia, people all around the US, people all about South America. I would even go so far as to say it was more diverse than League.
Well, I
But
mean,
now,
look at the team that we were watching, right? Because we were watching Guardian stream
yes.
in the IM Beijing qualifiers. You've got 3 Swedes, a Slovakian, and an Estonian.
Yeah, so that's the thing is, Counter-Strike is massive in Europe, but it's dropping everywhere else. Like South America's picking up Valorant, Asia's picking up Valorant, NA's picking up Valorant. You've got all the influencers going to Valorant, and let's be real, right? We're entering a world where influencers are more valuable than esport players.
I think
Orgs are trying to sign influencers now with priority over esport players, which I've got to say personally, I dislike this whole thing of influencers being bigger than esport players because I love watching esport tournaments. But I can't sit back and deny how big of an influence influencers have on the scene as a whole. I mean, a game is classed as dead if influencers don't play it. Like, look at Valorant. Valorant has people like Ninja and Shroud playing it. Shroud not so much, but Ninja scrims it. Ninja's got an influencer team.
yeah, I think influencers go into it though because it's a new game. Like it's a new game in the genre, so
It
they
is, but what other game has lasted this long recently? I think Valorant has survived the honeymoon period now. Fall Guys hasn't really survived the honeymoon period. It's still a big game, it's not dead by any means, but the honeymoon period for Fall Guys is over. Among Us is on its way out. The honeymoon period for Among Us is over. Phasmophobia is now just starting to get spotlight, but who knows how long Phasmophobia will last for. Valorant, on the other hand, is still going strong. We looked the other day and Valorant had what, double the viewers as CSGO?
yeah.
Valorant constantly in the top things. Like I'll go look now quickly, and I'll go browse. High to low. Yeah, Valorant is set at 40,000 viewers. Valorant is only actually at the moment CS:GO has more viewers, but that's because ESL is streaming.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. CS only gets big views if there's a tournament.
Welcome to Call of Duty pre-Warzone. So currently Valorant is I want to say 13th in the directory, but it's still beating games like Dota, beating games like Minecraft, GTA 5, beating games like Hearthstone, and it's being beat by games like Apex, which Apex has just got a cross-play thing, so that's why Apex is up there. Fall Guys, like I said, still going strong. FIFA is because it's a new game. Among Us because you know why Among Us is there. Baldur's Gate 3 because Baldur's Gate I'm pretty sure is a new game. Fortnite because Fortnite hasn't died yet. And Warzone.
Yo,
So when you look at the games beating Valorant, they're the juggernauts in the scene.
I bet people absolutely hate this. Pimp has been nominated as Analyst of the Year.
I don't know who that is.
He's Danish. He's next CS Pro.
Okay.
But a lot of people hate his voice. I actually kind of like it. I think it's not too bad. But I somewhat like the Danish accent anyway. I think it's a nice sounding accent. But yeah, a lot of people just do not like Pimp as an analyst or a commentator. So it's funny to me that he's been nominated as Analyst of the Year.
So here's a question, man. How long do you think it will be before CSGO's either replaced with a new Counter-Strike or CSGO just dies?
I don't know if it'd be in a new Counter-Strike, but I think Source 2 has to come out at some point. It has to, if Counter-Strike's gonna live.
So I don't see Counter-Strike. I don't see CS dying for at least another 5 or 6 years. The game is too strong. But it's been 8 years since CSGO was released, and let's be real. All Valve are doing at the moment are updating the maps.
Yeah.
The anti-cheat sucks. This week I've had 2 reports saying that someone's been banned because I've reported them.
Yeah, I still need to check my other accounts, by the way, and see who got banned if they're in our games.
I mean, look at this whole trusted mode thing that we struggled with the other day as well.
Oh my god, trusted mode. All trusted mode has done is screw over legit people.
Exactly, it's limiting our sort of like you struggling to use OBS with it. It's limiting our functionality. It's limiting our functionality to stop maybe 2 cheaters at most. It's really not doing anything. It's a shame because CSGO can be a fun game, but I think the 2 things that are killing CSGO personally is A, Valve just not caring about the game, and B, I'm finding toxicity in CSGO is rising as more people are leaving for Valorant. Don't get me wrong, Valorant is just as toxic. but it's to the point now where I can't solo queue without muting at least one person on the team.
Yeah, but that's MM.
Yeah, but it wasn't like that last year when I played. It wasn't like that the year before when I played. It's only recent. It wasn't even like that a couple months ago when I started playing again. Like I could solo queue
There's,
back when I first started playing again. And
I mean, there is
in
like
the
a
last
middle
month-
ground in the ranks where it is more toxic. Like, I mean, at higher ranks and at lower ranks, you can get the toxic people, but especially at lower ranks, you're more likely to get people that are there for fun. If you get what I mean.
That's true. For people at the lower rank, I don't know. I would say the lower rank, at least in Baron, the lower ranks are more toxic. But then again, what we've got to remember is that in Baron, silver's the equivalent of gold Nova.
Yeah, I'd say like Gold Novas and MGs are probably the most toxic people in CS.
That's it. I'm MG1. I need to get out of that spot quickly.
But I mean, MM doesn't mean anything, you know? Like, we need to get you playing Face It.
Yes,
Soon.
I need to play Face It, yeah. That's the thing. When I play with like you and play with Bill and play with other people, there's hardly ever any toxicity in the game. When I solo queue, there's at least one person calling someone else something, or
I
someone
think that's just
throwing
because
it.
of my account, though.
Your trust factor's supposed to be low, though.
No, like what the account is.
True. Okay, we're on the topic of esports. I've got a burning question.
Okay.
And I believe I've not asked you this. I've asked you related to the topic, but I've not asked you this direct question. Do we think the CDL will blow up if it goes PC?
No.
You don't?
No.
Why is that?
Because in the genre, CS and Valorant have it beat. COD it's gotten better, but it's still too arcadey.
Yeah, they're 2 complete different games. So you can't compare Valorant and CS to COD. If you're going to compare that, you'd have to compare Overwatch and Rainbow Six, I'd say. Rainbow Six and Overwatch are the 2 current big esports that are most like the CGL.
But then I decided
personally, yeah.
Siege with the way it works is more similar to CS than COD.
In terms of gameplay, yes. In terms of game mechanics, no. For example, it's a lot more forgiving in Siege. So if I miss a bullet with the AK, I have to then spray control to get the AK back down. In a game like Siege, if you miss a head, you just have to move your cursor to the left or right.
So
So it's a bit more forgiving in that aspect,
I've
which is what
just
I'm sort of getting at.
I've just found something out.
Mhm.
Heroic are currently the number 1 ranked team in the world in CS.
Never even heard of them.
They were, I mean, they're not the best team because they're not even the best Danish team. How have they gotten to number 1? That is what? Okay, I mean they won Cologne. They came 3rd at Pro League. Yes, season 12 Pro League. They came 3rd in Europe. Won Cologne. 2nd at DreamHack Open Summer. 4th at CS. Okay, so they've had some good results, but like, what? I mean, the team in 2nd, Astralis. Okay, I mean they 2-0'd each other, like earlier on in Pro League. Heroic 2-0'd Astralis, and then when it comes to getting into the final, I think Astralis 2-0 Heroic. This is so unexpected. Heroic is ranked 1st.
Who is it that was doing the rankings?
HLTV.
So they're quite respectable in the community then.
I
guess they've got their reasons. I don't know.
I don't know. A lot of rankings have been screwed up recently because everything's online.
I thought CSGO halted the majors and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everything's online, so.
True.
And usually your ranking points is split up in between stuff like form. You've got your LAN ranking as well. Like it's achievements, form, and LAN ranking, which are obviously one of those. So how do you even rate that at the moment?
I mean, you can't rate the LAN ranking for definite. I mean, this whole year's been, pardon me, this whole year's sort of just being a shit show in terms of esport tournaments and stuff.
Just in general.
I mean, there's been some big moves and big players in esports, but it's all being on the influencer side. Like, look at Team Liquid's new signing, the actor from Sex Education. They've just signed him. But it's all influencer focused this year. And I think that's why influencers have suddenly shot up. Like, influencers were always on the way to overtaking pro players. But influencers have sort of shot up even more since COVID, I'd say, because the lack of ranked tournaments, the lack of storylines going on, and the more reliance on home entertainment and online entertainment. A pro doesn't always have time to entertain their player first, whereas an influencer is an influencer first. So someone like Ninja, who's playing Valorant on his influencer team, he's an influencer first, so he can still provide the entertainment better than what a pro player could.
So someone on HLTV is saying about how good a guy called Munzi is going to be in the future. Which, to be fair, he does look like he's 15 and he does look like an incredible player. But the reason he's saying he's going to be good in the future is because he was on a private server by himself, just finding new grenades, which is nothing special. You know, I've done that plenty of times.
I found the Fnatic smoke just by chance.
Yeah.
Does that mean I'm going to be a great player?
So, what happens if I throw this smoke? Lands the exact Fnatic CT smoke on Mirage. Okay then. I'm
It was
out.
lit Yeah, it was literally my second attempt at throwing the smoke, and I mean, you just got freaking out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? I've seen the Fnatic play. I know that we've never actually won a round when performing that play, but I didn't realize I'd executed that smoke.
I mean, they've never run around doing that play because they've been terrible at splitting the B site.
Yeah, whenever I've watched that play happen, the app players are always about 5 seconds behind the CT players.
Apps players are sat towards back apps, and then you've got like JW or something just going, haha, market split, go burr.
Yeah, it makes you wonder. We must get the timings right in practice. Otherwise, we wouldn't try it in practice. We wouldn't try it in the actual tournament.
No, yeah.
But how do they go from practicing then messing up once is fine. Everyone's human. We make a mistake, but they made the same mistake twice. Do they not?
Well,
What do they do in their
they made the
practice?
mistake the second time because someone threw a smoke in apps,
Mm.
and they didn't want to go through it. Which, to be fair, the attention from market would have allowed them to go through that smoke anyway.
Yeah, they would have. Even if one person's still looking at apps, just trade out. I mean, I'm saying just trade out. I can't aim for heads, but still, these are pro players who can. So, yeah.
It feels weird with my newfound RAM knowledge. Especially HLTV, like saying how RAM doesn't cost much.
Oh,
Depends on what type of RAM you're going for, doesn't it?
yeah. Oh, sweet, sweet child, how innocent you are.
I mean, if you're going for your standard UDIM, then it's not too bad.
I think gamers only need to concern themselves with Corsair RAM, and that's about it.
Corsair best RAM.
Yeah, just get
Correction,
Corsair.
Corsair best UDIM RAM.
Just get Corsair. Just get a high Herc. Get DGR4, and you'll be fine.
Thing is, if I had the money, I could see myself in the future creating a workstation PC just so I can have like SK Hynix RAM or something.
But sure, you can have that in like a gaming PC.
But you need a workstation motherboard.
Oh, okay. The problem is that what workstation would you have that would benefit from it? Utilize that sort of component.
I don't know. Things I do actually want to give like Intel Xeon processing as a go, like with gaming.
I mean, that'd be interesting, but will there not be possible bottlenecking involved? Otherwise, Xeons would be used in top-end gaming rigs now.
Well, if you had a good GPU, like I'm talking like 20 or 30 series, have something like a workstation motherboard where you can get something like SK Hynix RAM, I don't see the issue. I mean, we're probably talking like thousands of pounds here, but
yeah, it's not cheap. You might need a Titan, an RTX Titan.
3090 is basically going to be a Titan.
But yeah, the 3090 is a 30 series Titan. Or we're not doing a Titan, but it's going to be the big number one. So yeah, that I mean, if you ever make a PC like that, I'll be interested to see what the benchmark's like.
Yeah.
But you know what you need to do first? You need to get yourself a business account.
Yes. I try. Did I tell you about the processor I found?
No.
That had like a ridiculous amount of cores.
No.
Okay, products. Intel Xeon. Oh, I don't even remember, like, what set it was. I think it was like platinum or something.
Sorry about that, I'm back.
Is it this? I think it was this. It doesn't give me a price though. I want price. Aha! Here we go, I found it. Okay, so the Intel Xeon Platinum 830 830 I can't speak. The 8380HL processor.
Mm-hmm.
So it was launched about halfway through this year. Has 28 cores, 56 threads, a max turbo frequency of 4.3 gigahertz, a TDP of 250 watts, so, you know, it's a beefy boy.
Mm-hmm.
It's currently valued at $13,000.
And this is just one processor.
This is just one processor, but it has 28 cores, 56
Wow.
threads.
Can it run Crisis?
I think it could probably run it twice.
Okay. Can it run TNT in Minecraft?
I think it can run a nuclear explosion in Minecraft.
I think you underestimate Minecraft's power.
I don't think the vertical segment server. Why would that be?
It's crazy to think like some of it, like how powerful some of these components are,
Oh my god.
but how like that CPU would bottleneck hard.
Would it though?
I mean, that's a very powerful CPU.
I've just seen the max RAM available.
Okay.
So it's using RDIMM.
Mm-hmm.
It's not UDIMM. Max size 4.5 terabyte.
Okay. You can then use 5 Google Chrome tabs.
4.5 terabyte of RAM.
I mean, do you remember when Bill Gates said you never need more than 128 megabyte of RAM?
He has me with 32 gig.
Yeah, I'm saying with 32 gig too. It's like
Installed by me.
Yes, that's true. Installed by you. I would go as far as saying that 8 gig isn't even enough these days.
But you do see some recommended games where it's like recommended 8 gigabyte.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, let's put it this way. My PC's got 32 gig, and right now, I'm walking at 31% usage. That's because HitFilm is on in the background. But Google Chrome's using nearly a full gig of RAM just by having 3 tabs open.
When I play Minecraft, I dedicated 8 gigabytes of RAM.
Oh dear. I can't remember how much I dedicated of RAM to Minecraft. But my laptop, my uni laptop that has 16 gig RAM, is even just by using my university applications, so stuff like Teams, Word, all that's normal sort of stuff. I'm hitting over 50% memory usage just from uni stuff.
Yeah.
And that's a 16 gig. So if I went for 8 gig, who knows?
Let's have a look.
I think we're getting to the day and age where if you want to do anything serious on a computer, 16 gigs for base.
Yeah, me and live streaming right now, I'm using 27%.
Okay.
I'm using a solid 8.5 gig. So that's fun.
I'm using 9.9 gig, and most of that is coming from HitFilm, which has finished ranging, so I can close that now. Actually, close
I mean,
HitFilm. I'm
on the
rocking
bright
at
side, my CPU's at a solid 4.69 gigahertz right now.
4.69. What's
Best
mine looking
number.
at? Mine's 4.9 gigahertz.
Is this my max?
So I've got a base speed of 3.6, but it's currently at 4.9.
I can't spell. Why can't I spell? i5 9600 KF. Okay, so I'm actually over my max turbo frequency, by the way.
Okay.
It says on Intel's website that the max frequency is 4.6 gigahertz.
And you're at 4.69.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm just good at setting up computers.
I can't remember what my maximum speed is. I think it's like it's either 4.9 or it's 5.4. Can't remember exactly what. But
I can.
if anyone knows,
I can go up to 128 gigabyte with this CPU on RAM.
what RAM? I don't know how much RAM I can go up to actually. Let me do a check.
What do you have again?
I've got a 9700K. Let's see what I can go up to. So it can go up. So it's got a max frequency of 4.9 Hz, which is what I'm at. It can go up to 128 gigabyte of DDR4, 2666 RAM.
Max number of memory channels.
Yes, I'm up to 128 gig of RAM.
Oh yes, look at that beefy built-in GPU you've got.
The Intel UHD graphics 630. Aye, it's that good. No, I'm pretty happy with where my PC is. A bit of me is questioning whether I want to maybe do a 3080 in the next year, so I can start running games at 2K at a higher frame rate with a bit better graphics. Because with 2070 does allow me 144 Hz at 2K, but my quality has to be lower, and a bit of me doesn't think it's quite worth it.
Yeah, I've been trying to because I want to build a server computer. So I've been trying to look for CPUs to get that are cheap but are going to be worth it.
I mean, I keep telling you the best way to get a server computer, and you never listen.
Because I want to build my own.
Take it apart and rebuild it.
No.
Or buy a new case and rebuild it in a new case.
I'm actually going to be using the case in my current computer.
Wait, what?
The case my current computer has is going to be the server computer case. Because I'm getting a new case for this.
Fair dues. Fair enough.
So yeah, at some point I'm literally basically going to rebuild my current computer just to change the case.
I mean, a case upgrade's a nice aesthetic change. So I'm quite happy with my case. I don't think I'll change anytime soon, but it's also an ESL certified computer, so I don't want to lose that ESL badge on the case. Because normally it says Cooler Master, but I've got ESL, so I'll take it. I'd take it. It's one of the reasons I got it. Was a limited edition.
When I change the case, there is literally only going to be one part left in my computer that I got from PC Specialist.
Which is that bit?
The heatsink, the CPU heatsink.
Oh dear. You've upgraded everything else.
Yeah, got a different CPU, different RAM, different motherboard, different GPU. I don't even have the hard drive it came with.
Oh dear. You've got a brand new computer then, basically.
Yeah, basically.
See, I've not yet swapped anything. I've only added. I added an SSD and I've added RAM. So I've not swapped anything yet. That will come eventually, though.
Yeah, but that's partly how computers could stay alive. Like, this thing is technically 5 years old, but because of the customization available, it can still play F1 2020 on like high settings.
The problem is, though, is a computer 5-year-old? At what point does it become a new computer? Because if you swap that much stuff about, at what point? Because you've changed the CPU, you've changed the brain, you've changed the motherboard, you've changed the GPU. So at what point does it become a new computer?
I think it's just evolution, like, Pokemon evolution.
That is true.
It's just like that constantly, I think.
No, because imagine, I think, especially if you change the case and all the components in you, that's a new computer. In my opinion.
Nah, it's just Pokemon evolution.
No, but Pokemon evolution still keeps the mind of a Pokemon. You've actually got rid of the CPU, which is the brain of a computer.
Well, I mean, it transitions. Like, I had this hard drive before I got the new computer components.
True.
So the hard drive was the first thing I got. I say got, I rescued it from an old computer from like a long time ago.
I just think about things. Pardon me, I only had 5 hours sleep last night. To the point where I even sent a message to my uni group saying I'm going to die anyway because I've watched some more sleep. But I think of things too emotionally, so that's why to me the computer, at some point the computer becomes a new computer. It's like a human. If you changed my brain, my heart, and my visual, my sort of like lungs and stuff, at that point I'll be a new human. I sort of see the computer the same way. Once you like change the brains, the heart, and the power, sort of a different beast altogether.
Nah, it's just Pokemon evolution.
Evolution, yes. But evolution also takes on new forms and new identities as well, so I think it's healthy that a computer evolves. I mean, it has to stay actually working and functional these days. But
so is the conclusion
healthy.
of this conversation that computers are basically Pokemon?
They're not as cute, but yes, I think that's basically it. We don't send them into battle. They're not as cute.
I don't know. Some people would argue we do send them into battle.
Not fist battles, we don't. We don't send them into physical confrontation. We share similarities to Pokemon. Apart from Pokemon, as far as we know, Pokemon aren't genetically created and built by humans.
That is
Although
true.
actually, no, they were. Mewtwo was built by human. Genetically modified version of Mew.
Okay.
So it is possible. Maybe computers are Mewtwo. Wow, that took a twist.
Amazing.
That took a huge twist. The whole conclusion of today's conversation is that computers are Mewtwo.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm that. I don't have much else to say. What about yourself?
I I don't know, annoyance for Mercedes fans as team members test positive for COVID.
Oh, that's not good.
No, it isn't.
Hope we get better soon.
Theoretically, Mercedes F1 team can still race.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're trying to do like bubbles and that within teams.
Mm-hmm.
So both Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas can still race.
Mm-hmm.
And then, for anyone that isn't aware, Honda is going to be withdrawing from F1 after next year. Because, well, according to them in their statement, they said they want to be a greener company, which hints towards Formula E. However, it does mean that Red Bull has just been completely screwed over, because Ferrari and Mercedes don't want to work with them, and Mercedes can't actually supply any more customer teams. And, well, the relationship between Red Bull and Renault is horrendous after the previous breakup.
So Red Bull are kind of between a rock and a hard place then.
Yeah, one of the suggestions from fans has been to just buy Honda's IP and build their own engines.
I mean, that seems like a reasonable way to go.
Yeah. I mean, they have the resources for it, especially with the budget cap in place now.
You can't trust someone else, just do it yourself.
Do I have to do everything around here?
Apparently,
that
yes.
kind of mentality, yeah. I mean, they have two teams in F1.
It would open up more for Red Bull because then they can start optimizing the engines specifically for themselves.
Yeah.
So it would open more. It would probably open more opportunities for them. I mean, who knows? They might be able to sell to customer teams as well. Maybe get a bit more money.
Man, imagine a McLaren Red Bull.
It would be interesting to say the least.
So, at approaching an hour and a half, are we winding down now?
I don't have much else to say. I'm gonna try to keep a few things for next week.
Okay.
Next week I will have a webcam because I will have moved into my university accommodation. So I will be on camera.
Do you like the mirror, by the way?
The mirror?
It's this big mirror here.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah. I've actually got two fans. I've got that fan like there, and then I've got a smaller fan.
Oh.
Let's forget that plan. There's a I think the wire's too short or something. It won't move from its position.
Oh dear.
But there's like a smaller fan which fits on a desk, basically. Well, it doesn't fit on this desk. There's no space, but it fits on a desk.
Huh?
I'll
give a setup tour next week. Fully set up.
There's no plate on the camera. But yeah, I almost dropped a glass. That's what the clinging was. Just knocked it straight off.
That'd be a good way to end it off, actually. And on that bombshell.
And on that glass smashing, it's time to
time to end the show. We'll see you next week. Stay safe and be. What was it? Stay safe and what? On that bombshell. We'll see you later. Good night. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I watched Clarkson.
Yeah, well, I mean, going to it just, it hasn't been as great as Top Gear.
It's not being as good, no. I still enjoy going to it from what I've watched to it, but...
Yeah, I'm using a a Wi-Fi adapter, by the way, to point at things.
But I mean, what else is it useful for?
Absolutely nothing, because I've got a 5 meter long Ethernet cable.
Exactly. So you don't even need a Wi-Fi extender. What peasant needs Wi-Fi?
Yeah, exactly.
I do not apologize to any peasants in chat. No, but as someone who's been playing on a Wi-Fi thing over till last week, it's horrible. It's not an optimized gaming experience whatsoever, and I do not recommend it to anyone.
Yeah, no. I remember when I didn't have Wi-Fi in Swansea, actually. Like, no internet at all in the place I was living at.
Oh dear.
And
That must
it was after I'd moved from 4 Gore Terrace to 5 Gore Terrace.
That must suck. Not having internet.
Yeah, I had like a hanger in the corner of the room
Mm-hmm.
where like for coats and things. And what I ended up doing was moving things out the way and setting up this really makeshift desk in the corner with my laptop, because if I put my laptop there and use this wireless extender, I could actually access 4's Wi-Fi because I still had the passwords.
You're finessing. You're finessing at this point.
Yeah.
You're just finessing people. I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. I mean, I was doing that, and then whenever I had to play, because that was at the time of when Two-Tone was doing a tournament. So then when I was playing in the tournament, I was playing in my university library.
That's dedication right there.
Yeah, I don't think there was some people that were particularly happy with me just going in and then being like, "There's one shot."
I can imagine people not being happy with that, but then where else are you gonna go?
True.
So, yeah. I think universities need a gaming room now.
Wouldn't be surprised if there was one in a Danish uni.
True.
I mean, they have high school leagues now.
Yeah, that's something the UK needs to pick up on. But one thing I'm happy about is that if my internet ever goes down, thankfully I'm a 2-minute walk away from Belong in Bristol.
Yeah.
So I've always got that backup. When I was in London, it would take me an hour to get a Belong if I ever needed to, which I did a couple times. But in Bristol, it's just a 5-minute walk.
Just got to Belong, pay for sometimes like, why are you using this today? I had an esports tournament, internet down.
Yeah, exactly. Can I have a furthest away seat that's the quietest, please? Thank you. Oh, I'll never forget the time I was in Belong. I was sat next to a father and his child, and I won a 1v2 clutch on CSGO, and I screamed something out that I shouldn't have, and the kid just looked at me like, what? The kid and the father were not happy with me, but it was a 1v2 clutch, and I was extremely weak. And you know why I can't pistol in CSGO? I can pistol in Valorant somewhat decently, but I can't pistol in CS. So, that's that.
Oh, I remember when we were playing Valorant recently, and you and Loki were like, "Oh, okay, we got the Jet Op main. Here we go." And then as soon as the round starts, I just rip the head off someone on the other team.
Yes. So I think Loki might be listening to this, but she didn't tell me we were swapping from Spikerush to Unrated yesterday, and I thought as a meme I just picked Jet. I mean, thankfully it was unrated, so I wasn't entering as Jet. Screw that. I'm not an entry fragger. I tried to be up and close with people. Easy, yes, Loki easy, yeah. Loki baited me. She knows it as well. She knows she did. But I to me, if Jet had a better ult, she would be an S tier agent.
I think you just can't use Jet's ult.
I can't. I can't use Jet. I
Like,
can't.
did I show you the clip of Chief from the team using Jet Salt?
No.
He got 4 headshots.
Oh damn! I've seen so many good players of Jet Salt, and Jet is without a doubt the flashiest, the playmaker. That's what Jet is.
Yeah.
She's a playmaker. She's a flashy one. But her ult is horrid. I love her
Wow.
mobility.
Her ult is horrid
In a
for you.
game, yeah. In a game that's that slow, her mobility is great. I used her dash quite a few times to kill someone or to get a trade. Like there was one point with Faisal on Ascent where he died at B, and I dashed up and traded him out. And that's what Jet can bring. Is Jet brings that mobility, which I like. But she's a bit too. Yeah,
we used playing Valorant when I was doing like my uni tasks.
Yes, we were.
I had a couple of phonetics tests to do.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Definitely didn't cheat.
Oh, oh no. You don't learn by cheating. I will report you to back ban.
I'm gonna say I didn't cheat on the basis in actual exams. We have a chance, like we have a limited time beforehand, when we're actually in the room, to literally remake the IPA chart from our memory.
Mm-hmm.
So we just get a blank chart and we have to remake the entire thing from memory, and then we can use that in the exam.
Uh-huh.
So doing these 2 tests, I opened up the IPA chart.
Fair dues. You use whatever resources available.
Yeah, I was being resourceful.
Exactly.
Remember in Woodham with those cards?
Was it the 5 R's? Was it the 5 R's and one of them wasn't an R?
Something like that.
But
you had the cards as well, like the little reward cards.
Did we?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember back. I mustn't have been good enough for one.
It was like year 7 got like these reward cards.
I remember good points and behavior points. Or was it an achievement point?
I don't even remember.
I don't remember much about Woodham, to be honest. I mean, you got to think that was like what, 5 years ago we left Woodham now.
Yeah, didn't they at one point get rid of the split lunchtimes and then tell all like key stage 4 people to go to one, and then the key stage 3 go to the other?
I can't remember.
Because we had 2 dining halls.
I can't remember.
For Americans, that's a canteen.
Oh, a cafeteria. Yes. What was it? Durham and Branksmith, was it?
I think it was Branksome.
Branksing, yes. Where's Branksmith?
What were our house names as well? We had Raby.
Yes, Raby. It was one with I was in Raby. There's one with
We were in the same tutor group. Of course, you were in Raby.
Were we?
Yeah, we had like 4 people named Luke in our tutor group.
Wait, were you in my tutor group?
I think so. I remember there being 4 people named Luke in my tutor group.
There was in my tutor group too. Wait, were you with Mr. Tebbs to start with?
Yes.
And then went to Mr. Smith.
Yeah.
And then, well, I went to a maths tutor after that.
Mr. Graves?
No, I went.
Mrs. Carrot?
It started as Miss Carrot, but then she left, didn't she?
Yeah.
And her replacement took over, but I can't remember what her name was. But yeah, no, we must have been in the same. I can't even remember being in the same tutor as you. I can't remember my tutor whatsoever, to be honest. But
the only reason I remember it is because like almost every single Luke in our year group was in that tutor group.
I remember there being 4 Lukes in that tutor group. I remember that definitely.
So let's do the register. We have Luke. Luke.
All 4 of us are saying yes at the same time.
If you answer for every single Luke, you can't have not answered.
Exactly. You just covered your own back.
Yeah.
That's true. Wow. Well, we're coming up to 100 minutes. Well, we've hit 100 minutes now.
Okay.
So I'm happy to call it there, viewer.
Sure. Let's call it.
I honestly, I can't think of anything to talk about now. So
I mean, we start talking about Woodham. You know, we've exhausted lots of options.
yeah, I guarantee you, by the moment we stop, we'll start talking again.
So, I should have talked about this or this.
I'm just camera shy.
You don't even have a camera on right now.
Who cares? Okay. Well, thank you for tuning in, then. So people tuned in. We will be back at 2 p.m. next Thursday. I will have my webcam because I'll be in my new accommodation. And yeah, I'll catch you then. Is there anything you want to close with?
Yeah, a little information about Spotify and things like that.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm thinking Saturday, sort of like towards tea time, like 5:30 UK time, that sort of thing. And it'll go out the same. Even if we change the live streaming date, it's probably not going to affect the Spotify upload date.
Yes.
So Spotify 5:30. Wait, it's BST at the moment, isn't it?
Yes.
On a Saturday.
Loki, I'm offended by that. Deeply. We all know I'm better in every aspect.
It's just not true, is it?
It just is true. Okay. Well, you heard it here first. 5 p.m. on Saturday. Look out for the podcast on Spotify. And like Luke said, during the week we might change the times because we are both university students. So we have to build around timings. But we will make it go live on Spotify, iTunes, I believe. You said we'd do as well. On 5
I
p.m.
can actually check. Let's check right now what Anchor uploads onto.
Yes. And you'll be able to see my face as of next week, Loki.
Okay, view public site. We've got Breaker, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, Spotify, and that's it.
Oh, so there's no iTunes. So everything he's just listed is where you can find this podcast from 5 p.m. Saturday. That is the 10th of October. So we will be back next week at 2 p.m. on the Thursday, and it will go live again on the Saturday 5 p.m. So if you want to be here live and interact in chat, make sure to pop in by youtube.com/beingviper. And if you want to be just listening to the Spotify, make sure to search Luke Life on Spotify, Google Podcast, My Pocket, or just rewind to what Luke said. Let's get back a minute. And I'll see you next week.
Adios.